You are a champion.
Daddy, it's tomorrow Saturday. It's tomorrow Saturday.
Because she
All
wanted
the
to
time.
spend the day with you,
It's
right?
the only day we saw each other.
I was a stressed out corporate slave. I never saw my family, John. John, it's take it. He said take it. He said take it. He said take it. Hey, so we have a fancy new introduction for the Sam Crowley Show. A lot going on right now. You see the Bret Michaels look, and you got the new intro. You know, what's going on with this guy? First video in a long time, and he's got me all messed up. Let me tell you something. Today is an awesome day. It's a very, very special day. I've had a lot of failures in my life, and I've had some pretty cool things happen, some pretty cool accomplishments as well. Today ranks right up there towards the top. Let me just set the stage for you. It's your Monday motivation. It's Monday as the date of this recording. It's April 23rd, and I'm going to mark this day down in my calendar. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it's the day I broke a 6-minute mile. Now, that may be cool for some of you. Some of you may be like, no big deal. Others may be like, oh. For me, it was like, oh, wow. You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a little ride I took to the park today in my car, about a 1.5-minute video, getting myself, jacked up for this run. I didn't realize it was so cold out. It's 40 degrees. I know I'm from the Buffalo, New York area, Bradford, PA, born and raised, where the weather isn't exactly, the Bahamas. But still, it was cold to do in this condition. Wind was blowing. And so I'm going to share with you the ride to the park, and then right before I ran, and then right after I ran, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to wrap it all up because it's about you. It's about all those labels that people place on you. It's about people kicking you when you're down, telling you what you can do, what you can't do, settling in life. Don't ever settle, man. I'm fired up. Look at me. I'm so excited. Today was awesome. So check this video out, and then I'm going to wrap it up with some really cool personal development thoughts for you. All right, here you go. Check it out. So here I am. I'm going over to Hopewell Park in suburban Cincinnati by my house. I'm going to try to run a sub 6-minute mile. And some of you may be saying, dude, 6-minute mile isn't that fast. I run that. Hey, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. For me, it's unbelievable. Just a few months ago, I run every now and again, but I mainly jog at a slow pace. And those of you that have been following me, whether it's on YouTube videos or my Facebook page or via email, I've been pushing my body way past places I ever thought, with weightlifting, with running, cardio, all that stuff. So last week, here just goes to show when you're not paying attention. Last week, I ran 3 miles, and the average was 6 minutes and 19 seconds, or 6 minutes and 29 seconds rather, under 20 minutes to run 3 miles. I was like, holy cow. Now I'm going to try to run a mile in under 6 minutes. And I'm dressed kind of warm because it's 40 freaking degrees, the end of April. It's 40 degrees in Cincinnati and windy. No excuses, but if I don't do it today, at least I got the weather to blame, right? But anyway, it's 7:40 a.m. I'm going to check back with you right before I run and then after. And let's see, man. Let's just see how close I can get in not ideal conditions, dressed in layers because it's so darn cold out for April, and never haven't even done this before, all right? I'm doing this to empower you, by the way. All right, I'll check back with you. So here I am. I'm at Hopewell Park. Maybe you can take a look around. Here's the track. It goes all the way around. There's about 1.25 times as a mile. So here's what's going on. It is kind of cold out. I'm going to bust 6 minutes, baby. I never in a million freaking years would have thought I could do this. I'm going to do it. I just got done stretching. I just walked pretty quick for a couple minutes. I'm going to get ready to rock and roll. I got Diddy loaded in the iPod, ready to blast on freaking 11 on a scale of 10 in my ears to get me going, and we'll see what happens. Talk to you soon. Wow, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I've been doing cardio now for 90 days. That kicked my butt. But the good news is 5 minutes, 55 seconds for 1 mile. Let me tell you, I'm so proud that I could do that, and never being a runner ever. No experience, as you can probably tell. I just want to empower you. Whatever it is, man, there's no barrier. I mean, I feel like freaking Roger Bannister right now, and he ran the 4-minute mile. I feel the same way. I'm so out of breath. I need to take a breather. I'm gonna go back to the studio, and I'll finish up talking to you. Have the best day ever and break records. Nothing and nobody. As you can tell, I was breathing pretty heavy. Let me take this bandana off. Wonder how it might be a bad hair day, but that's okay. It's all right, man. I love my bandanas. Appreciate all the comments too on my Facebook page. So what does all this mean? I mean, why do I even do any of this stuff? Why should you do it? Look, it's about breaking records. It's about pushing the envelope. It's about squeezing the last bit of toothpaste out of that tube of life. Anybody ever label you? Anybody ever tell you that you couldn't do something or this is where you fit in life? Screw that. That's the whole reason I do what I do, is to say screw you to everybody that tried to put a label on me, whether it was in a job, whether it was in some other facet of life, spiritually, whatever it is, man. You fit into this box. Hell, I do. You don't. I don't. Nobody does. You can do whatever it is you want to do. It might sound cliche, but let me tell you, breaking a 6-minute mile for me it's up there in the top 5 things I've ever had happen in my life. Why? Just a few months ago, I used to run. Before I started, January 17th, the whole routine, right? Got into this big fitness kick, dropped 20 pounds. I feel like I could literally just lift a car right now, even after doing what I just did. But when I started that, I was running a little bit, but I could never, I always check my pace. I've got this pretty cool app. It's called Map My Run. Map My Run, if you got a smartphone, get the app. It's cool, because that's how I track how far I run, how fast. And it was always 9 minutes, 10 minutes, things like that, running in a mile. I was like, God, who the hell runs a 6-minute mile? I used to think to myself, that's ridiculous. You'd see these people running 5K, 10K, and people running marathons in 2 hours and 15 minutes. Like, that's off the charts, stupid. I can't even relate to that. But then when I shifted my mind and I said, you know what? I'm shedding everything, man. I'm shedding weight. I'm shedding labels. I'm shedding more relationships that are a little bit toxic. Look, I'm a huge fan. You know that. I've taught 1,000 videos on, relationship surgery. If I had the same people, let me just put it to you this way. If I had the same people in my life today that I had 6, 7 years ago when I was in the corporate world, I'd be fat, stressed out, overweight, miserable, and a lot of money, stock options, miserable. Freaking miserable, okay? Now, I've completely turned over my life. If you haven't done that, you gotta do it, man. Let people go. What are they doing to you? Think about that. And that's all, it all comes full circle today. This morning, it was windy out, it was 40 degrees. I mean, the conditions were horrible for trying to do what I tried to do, but it was just, when I first started, I'm like, I could never run that fast. And then I fast forward to today and I'm thinking, screw that, man, it's just a label. Why can't I? First thing I got to do is I got to take one step. So I started to try to run a little bit faster. Like instead of running a 9-minute mile, 8 minutes and 55 seconds, and then 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And as the weight was coming off, and of course, check out Who Wants a Ticket to the Gun Show, right? As I was lifting weights, I felt so much stronger, And so today, April 23rd, 2012, is really a culmination of just going from 10 minutes to 9 minutes to 8.5 minutes to 8 minutes to 7.5 down to 7. And so why the hell can't I do it in 6? So today it was 5 minutes and 55 seconds. I was coughing pretty heavy. And by the way, it wasn't just a mile I ran. I ran the mile in 5:55, and then I ran another 2 miles, about 7.5 minutes. And just to keep the cardio going, but I didn't want to blow up and spontaneously combust. But what about you? What's a personal best for you? Whether it's fitness, maybe it's mentally, maybe it's in your business. You need to break a record, do something that you've never done before. And what I found, and the things that hold a lot of individuals back, you really need to understand why you're doing any of this. If you don't really attach a really strong purpose to it, then forget about it. I posted on my Facebook page yesterday that people are driven. Corporate management has no clue, absolutely zero clue. 99% of corporate management are just, they're lemmings. They're following the leader right off the cliff. They don't understand that money doesn't motivate people. Being, the whole carrot, dangle the carrot and crack them with the stick, that whole philosophy is so antiquated, so 20th century management. And most managers still do it. What motivates people? A sense of purpose, a sense of autonomy, that they can do it by themselves. And I posted on my Facebook page yesterday, anybody still use Microsoft Encarta, that online encyclopedia that was came in on budget? A lot of smart people were paid and compensated and incentivized to get it done in a timely manner. Managers were there. Or do you think maybe someone uses that one that just everybody contributes to because they're passionate about it, called Wikipedia? Okay, which one do you use? Think about it. I'm motivated by a sense of passion and purpose and autonomy and freedom to just say screw you to everybody that ever placed a label on me. I don't care what it is, man. How about you? What motivates you? It's got to be something like that. It's got to be autonomy. It's got to be freedom. It's got to be a sense of purpose. It's got to be significance. You know, what are you going to do to be significant? Having a job isn't significant. That sucks. By the way, we're launching the Sam Crowley Show. I'm in the studio. That's why it looks a little fancy right now. But, you know, the whole thing with the Sam Crowley Show that we're going to be launching, and just subscribe to the YouTube channel now. You'll find, you'll stay in touch. It's going to be launched at samcrowleyshow.com, which isn't live right now, so don't go there. Just stay tuned to the YouTube channel. You'll get all the information you need. But the whole show is going to be geared around people that are pushing the envelope, people that aren't settling for labels, and great ideas on how to brand yourself, brand your business, how to bust through. What about curing procrastination once and for all? How about just taking massive action? You know, all of those things. So today, as I shared this with you, it's a huge accomplishment for me. For you, you might be thinking, dude, okay, but keep it together. But let me tell you something, man. 3 months ago, I would have never dreamed I'd be in this situation. Guess what's next? Busting the 5-minute mile. I know, sounds absolutely, I can't even imagine it. Like, I don't even know. They'd have to cart me off in a gurney, okay, in an ambulance. But I'm just going to keep pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope. What are you going to do? You're going to sit around and let people tell you what you can and can't do. You're going to feel sorry for yourself. Apathy's awesome, isn't it? Woe is me. I don't have resources. You know, it's not resources that keeps people down. It's resourcefulness. This whole thing, this whole, you know, let's help people up, you know, let's give them more money, more handouts, more handout. You know, that's good for a while. Everybody needs a little helping hand. Look, you need to help people, okay? But doing that their entire life, no, it ain't gonna cut it. Sorry, Charlie, it ain't gonna cut it. You gotta be resourceful, all right? Now, you don't need all these different resources, whether it's money, network, connections, all. Just get going. Create massive momentum. You know, I never, man, freaking, let me just, do we need an ab shot again? Do I gotta just show you again? Who wants a ticket, man? Who wants a ticket to the gun shop? Even though that wasn't a guns. Come on, man. 3 months ago, I wasn't showing my abs on camera, and you might be thinking, dude, don't ever show them again. But I'm kind of crazy like that, and I get kind of excited, and I get kind of proud of myself, but it's all doing it for you. So, if you want to plug into somebody who's a little off-center, who's a little crazy, a little abnormal, which we all know stands for above normal, you want to plug into the Sam Crowley Show coming soon, and I will empower you. I promise you this much. There ain't nobody on the planet anywhere that's going to motivate you more than I will to get after it in a big way, because I'm kind of nutty like that, all right? I want to just see how far I can push you, push me, and together, let's do something special, all right? So I'm going to have this fancy Sam Crowley Show jingle take us on out, and listen to me, all right? Do something spectacular today. Break a record. I don't care what it is. Just do something, all right? Fired up. You are a champion.
Daddy, it's tomorrow Saturday. It's tomorrow Saturday.
Because she wanted to spend the day with you, right?
It's the only day we saw each other.
I was a stressed out corporate slave. I never saw my family, John. John, it's taking